Hi Maria, nice to speak to you again.
It's nice to see you again, Melina.
How are you?
I'm really fine. I'm really fine. I'm starting a new project.
What kind of project?
It's a project about independent music in the pop, punk, folk, and rock scene here in the city.
And how did you get into this topic from hypertext to music?
Last year I was working in a transmedia documentary about music, independent music. So I did some research, some empirical research. So I started going to some shows, to some concerts. I start to talk with some musicians, to interview people around the scene. And the more interesting is that for me was like a new reality in the same city that I had never seen before. I grew up in a music education, a classical musical education. My parents believed that they were important. I have two brothers, musicians. One is a jazz musician and the other is a classical musician. So I think I am a little rebel about that tradition, and I always like independent music, rock, punk, folk, you know.
How are you going to study it?
In my approach, I have to define four things. The first, what is independent music? You know? What I understand and what I'm proposing as independent music. As I see, independent music is a label that are between the commercial music and the popular music. The second thing is the range of investigation in two sense. What kind of Merida, a city geographically, I'm going to include, and the genders. I'm talking about pop, punk, rock, folk, and pop, but there are many for this work. So maybe I keep one. I don't know where. Also, I'm going to define the timing. I'm interested in the present, but what kind of present related to what amount of time? 5 years, 10 years, and the last thing is in the field work, the musicians, I have to involve with them. I don't know anything about being an independent musician. I think, you know, I imagine a way. That's the reason I'm doing this. But they are the right persons to teach me what is to be like an independent musician, you know, in order that I can do this work.
What kind of questions do you have?
Well, the first one, what they understand as an independent musician, no? And why they consider or not consider as independent musicians. You know? What is why independent music and not commercial music, and how the use of social media help them to outline this independency. All the social media have changed the way the industry of the music has developed in the last 20 years.
And Maria, how important is actually music for your culture?
Last year, I count already 200 bands of independent music. I think there are more out there. Yucatán, in particular, has a very known, strong music tradition. In fact, my professor, Dr. Gabriela, has doing an amazing and impressive work of studying this tradition, especially with the trova. Yucatán is very known here in Mexico and has been building an identity around what is being Yucatecan or Meridan about the trova. No? There are many studies in other fields about the trova musician. Here in Mérida, here in Yucatán, there is much music. We have many music schools. There is a tradition of vocal training. We have a school of arts that teach opera, and we have orchestras in the main orchestra in the city, and many orchestras inside of Mérida and inside of the state. So there is a lot of music, a good music. And in all these sounds, I think that I feel more attracted to this different kind of sound, like the independent, like the rock, because there are more small groups, maybe not as visible as the classical or the commercial of popular, like the cumbia, that there is a lot here too. So I think for my place, for my culture, the music is an important component of the everyday life.
What kind of topic do they sing about?
Well, there are all kinds of lyrics, but most of them are about love. Some of them are more critical about the reality, with some political insights maybe about this of wake up and be more critical. There is a band that sings about, in a gloomy and dramatic way, about how the media, how the chaos of the city make us blind and deaf, so we can see and hear and we can talk about with a critical vision of our reality. There are other kind of stories more relaxed, so are very interesting histories. I think all the histories are about what they want and what they live.
Thank you so much, Maria, for this update. I really look forward to hearing more about the independent music in Yucatan. Speak to you soon again.
Well, thank you, Nerina, and I hope the next time we talk, I can share with you more advances and have more clarity about this project.
Thank you, Maria, so much.
Bye.